Make sure my phone doesn't do a madness.
Man puts it on live and then says that. What a mess.
Come on.
What a mess.
Vibes, innit?
All right. Hello, guys. Hello, and welcome to End-to-End Football Cup. Wow. Look at the mess up. Look at the mess. Look at the mess. Oh, dear, bro. You go live and your leg starts wobbling, bro. A little bit like Arsenal. Anyway, sorry.
Whoa.
Hello, and welcome to the End-to-End Football Podcast. You're here with myself, Abbas 1010. You already know the vibes, but we won. That's why I put him 1010 all the way. I'm here with also Kuda as well. How you feeling, boss?
World champions, you know what I mean? You know, something to smile about for this season anyway, you know what I mean? Because it ain't about to be smiley for the rest of it. I'll tell you that, boy, but I'll take
no Ancelotti out for this weekend. Is that what you're saying?
We'll give him a 3-day respite.
3-day pass.
We'll give him a 3-day respite. But you know, it is what it is.
Actually, I got a question for you, man. Where's Vidal?
That man there, you know. Huh? That man there couldn't even make it past the semi-finals, you know. Man, that's talking.
Where's Vidal, bro?
Vidal was talking brazy, you know. He thought he was gonna make it into the final. Vidal was always chatting anyway, man. That guy is a fool, blood. You know what I mean? Professional
the unnecessary chat for no reason, and now you just have to hold corn, bro. I see someone's holding up a picture of him as well, asking where he is. I thought I'd ask you because clearly he lost his way to the final, isn't
it? Yeah, he's back. He's back in Brazil, boy. I'm sure them Flamengo fans are waiting for him, boy. They're probably superstitious, sitting like, yo, you jinxed us, big man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Didn't need to talk. All right. Listen, as the title says, let's jump straight into it. Are Arsenal starting to feel the pressure? Obviously, they still got a game in hand, so let's give them that. But the result from this weekend for Arsenal, 1-1 draw with Brentford. Obviously, the league has come out now and said there was a human error with Brentford's goal, but obviously they didn't say that was a human error with that foul they called when it was going to be a 1-on-1 when Gabriel tripped or got fouled.
Yeah, them decisions balanced themselves out, man.
I think it balanced itself out. I think a draw. I think Brentford were good for the draw. I think Arsenal deserved a draw on that one as well. So I don't see any real issues in the long run. But I am biased. I hate Arsenal and I don't like them sitting on top being comfortable. So I like the draw. The draw gives a little bit of spice to the fixture that's coming up. But yeah, what do you think went wrong for Arsenal that game? Or what do you think went right for Brentford? Because every time we always think is what's gone wrong with Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a good thing you said that about the Brentford thing, because let's do that, because sometimes we can get caught up in just talking about the big teams failing and not putting some flowers on Brentford. I think Brentford haven't lost a game since something like October or something.
They're on a good run.
Do you know what I mean? So this is a team to be respected. Do you know what I mean? This is a team to be respected. I'm pretty sure they haven't lost a Premier League game. You know what I mean? I'm sure they haven't lost since something like October. If not October, early November. Do you know what I mean? So,
bro, you know what? You're not joking, bro. So the last game they lost was 23rd of October to Aston Villa 4-0. Since then, it's a draw, win, win, raw.
So let's first start off by putting some respect on Thomas Frank and Brentford. Do you know what I mean? This ain't a team you just turn up. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you're just gonna beat these man. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, come on. You know, they're now like a few months now, 3 months without a defeat. This is a tough team. They've embarrassed many a big team in this league this season.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? I know you know about that. Do you know what I mean? You know, so yeah, this is a team to be respected. So, you know, if we're being objective, I don't think it's a disaster. If you're looking at it just as an isolated game,
yeah,
it's not a disaster. You know what I mean? The only problem is where, again, let me stay on Brentford. Ivan Toney. I'll go for Ivan Toney actually, because that's why he was getting charged with the betting thing. And now I'm saying he's back playing now.
I'm 100% sure that's still being processed. But I do like the way that it's quieting down. I don't know if for some reason, right, I feel like that story came up just in the right timing for the World Cup and such. You know, when everyone's talking, going, "Why is he not being picked? Why is he not being picked? Why is he not being picked?" Oh, here's a story for you. Why he's black, which kind of makes it. Well, that's why he's not being picked then. And then now it's kind of just died down a little bit.
And obviously, with that story, there was no way they could pick him. Do you know what I mean? With that
Exactly.
going on, because it's just going to be a mad distraction. However, it's a nice excuse in it, because I think even without the story, you wouldn't have picked him.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the truth is, I think he was never getting picked.
He was never getting picked because, bro, he called him up and didn't play him. He didn't play a minute or something, didn't he?
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So, you know, that shows us what he thinks of him. So he was never going to play it. But yeah, in any case, for Brentford, you know what I mean, he's the main man. You know, the setup for Brentford, man. I mean, Thomas Frank, again, we've got to give these managers their dues, man. I mean, Brentford are above Chelsea right now. Do you know what I mean? Them and Fulham are the better teams in West London. That's mad. Do you know what I mean?
And you know, fair, they're not that far away from Spurs either.
Exactly. Exactly. So, you know, respect has to be put on these guys, you know. And do you know what I like as well for Brentford, apart from one thing, is that Mbeumo, he was always causing havoc, you know.
Now he's a problem, let's be honest.
He's a problem,
he's actually a problem.
He's a serious problem. Every game
I don't think he scores enough, but as a striker, I mean, those two strikers are a problem anyway. If they're on form or if they're even playing decent, they cause most defenses. Again, talking from experience, they cause most defenses an issue, right?
Yeah, I hear that.
And Burma was just silently doing his job. He's just silently doing his job, running the channels, running the line, running the like. He's always getting that little space between the midfield and defense, and then charging at them. Ivan Toney looks like everything he's doing at his own pace as well. That's what cracks me up. Like he so nonchalant, not just calm. He plays football like that.
Definitely a much better option than Werghost, boy. But you know, we won't touch on that.
Wait! My man turned into a number 10 today. Don't bring him up like that. Don't do that.
That's shambolic. But anyway, let's move on to Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, this game, like I said about the context, that's all competitions, 3 games without a win. I mean, that whole game where he played the B team against Man City in the FA Cup is starting to look a bit silly now, because it's like, bro, you rested for what? To go and catch a defeat and a draw the very next game. So, but obviously hindsight is 2020. The performance, I don't think the performance was that bad. It wasn't as bad as the Everton, because Everton, they cooked them. They deserved nothing out of that game. Everton, a much the better team. It was.
I agree with that.
I saw some of the rival fans were like, "Oh, yeah, this is just like the Everton game." Nah, it's nothing like the Everton game. Boy.
No.
They should have got.
I mean, I'm looking at the stats. Arsenal dominated, but they dominated possession for sure. That almost 70% possession.
Yeah.
They had more shots on target, more shots overall, more passing. But you expect that anyway. More corners, like they went for it. They went for it. This was not the Everton game where it was a little bit. They were very wasteful, in my opinion, on the Everton game, and probably weren't ready for the challenge that Everton gave to them with the runners. This one, it looked like they really could have probably gone away with it, but Brentford did catch them on the counters a couple of times, and corners are always going to be something to use.
Draws the first, but I think as well, they're now becoming a victim of their own success now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Arsenal, if you watch Arsenal, where do they attack mostly? Down the right-hand side. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And what's happening now? Low blocks, doubling up on that side. But then the problem is they're not utilizing the other side. Do you know, I'm not seeing enough switch pass. Do you know what I mean? Because if people are doubling up on this side, there's got to be space on the other side. The problem with the other side is Martinelli's form since the World Cup, mid. Do you know what I mean? He's been mid.
I'm hearing this is because, well, obviously, I think that I've heard it from Troops. So shout out Troops. I've heard it from him, but I've also heard it from another commentator as well, saying that he believes that Eddie Nketiah is the reason why Martinelli's performance is dropped, because of the spaces that he's taking affects the spaces that Martinelli can take. Me personally, if you're a winger first, right? You're not a striker. You're a winger first. Same conversation we're having about Salah last time. You're a winger first, so you got to do your job as a winger, and I don't think he's doing enough. I don't think it's anything to do with the space.
I think personally, like I said, I don't think he's in good form himself. But at the same time, I think as well the the underlapping fullbacks don't help because you got to think as well. On the other side, Odegaard actually offers an overlap to Saka quite a lot.
Yeah.
Those two have a nice little chemistry down that right-hand side. Over this side, it used to be Jesus used to come down that left side and have a nice little connection. So I can see what they mean by Nketiah, but also I think the fullback situation doesn't help. And then actually, let's move on to Nketiah as well. We're now starting to see why Nketiah is Nketiah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, he can score a couple of goals every now and again, but boy, he's not your guy to spearhead an attack for a team that's going for titles. Do you get what I'm saying? And his overall gameplay, every time they would build up play, anytime he gets to Nketiah, he snatches at it, so kills the move. Do you know what I mean? I think, and then people were starting to get a bit silly as well. A few weeks ago, you know, when you were scoring, you're like, "Ooh, Jesus might struggle to get back into the team."
Impossible.
Absolute nonsense.
Impossible.
Absolute nonsense.
My thing is like people are, I don't know if it's just modern day football or it's just how things are happening in generation, but people are forgetting that strikers come in various forms, right? Jesus is a little bit more of a complete striker, and I put that in inverted commas because for me he doesn't score enough, especially in the Arsenal setup. He does everything else well, doesn't score enough. Nketiah is one of those. He's a striker that if he doesn't score, that's it. You don't usually. He's a poacher. I'm looking at Javier Hernandez, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Don't get me, people. Don't make a mistake. I ain't saying he's anywhere to their standards. Yeah, but he's off that mold where he has to just. He's there to score goals, and if he doesn't score, he doesn't help you at all, right? And that's what Arsenal fans are seeing now. You're not going to play the game through him. You need to get him into the box to score goals. That's it, done. There's nothing else that he can do. Maybe he can run the channels a little bit, but not really.
I think that's a big problem for a team like Arsenal, though, because Arsenal almost walk the ball into the net. You know what I mean? 1-2s. They need a fluid guy up there. You know what I mean? They can't just have some guy standing there. You know, it sounds nice in theory. Oh, yeah, he'll be there to finish all the chances, but you need that intelligence to be able to be part of the 1-2s and, you know what I mean, make the right decoy runs and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're not switched on like that, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? It will work, you know what I mean? And you know, when everyone else is on fire and stuff like that, you know, but, you know, when you need that, these close games where you just need that guy that just takes you just a little step above.
Yeah. I mean, look, Arsenal fans, and they definitely did do this as well, because most people that know me know I don't think he's a good player, but he managed to score 2 against us. So Arsenal fans will use that as an example. But he can do that. All right. What about this weekend? It's not consistent that what you can do then, which is even worse, right? Which, as with Jesus, you're kind of guaranteed what he's going to bring to the team, and the team was molded around him, played around him. So, I mean, look, we're talking about the doubling up happening on Saka on the other side, but he actually did come out of this game as man of the match, so he was definitely still effective.
Which is why I say the Martinelli situation, we can't now go into. We need to unlock. I hate the unlock thing. Do you know what I mean? Let's unlock this player. I'm not a fan of the unlocking players.
I'm not even joining this. I'm not even in this conversation because we've had loads of episodes.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the unlock this player, bro. Eat. Like, you know what I mean? Rise, innit? Rise, do something now. Like, bro, do something, innit? Show me something, yeah? Show me something. Give me something to work with, like, you know what I mean? But right now, Martinelli's not doing it, and then obviously we saw Trossard come in. I mean, brilliant cross by Saka and that.
Good goal.
You know what I mean, very, very good goal in that. But let's just talk about the general feeling with Arsenal. How do you think the squad mindset is right now? Like, you know what I mean? Because I think we're like at a crossroads right now. Because Man City have gone and got this dub. Wednesday coming.
If they lose 2 games to Man City, if they lose both games to Man City, I think that will probably spell the end.
But let's not even go that far. Let's just say this next game.
Well, this is my thing. So if they lose the next game to Man City, just the next game, the game after that they have is Aston Villa, who are not exactly a smooth customer themselves. And it's at home. It's at Villa's home. So it'll be slightly harder. Now, they might get that result. They might push through that result. I expect them to go through that result. But the next game after that is Leicester. Leicester, who are on, I don't want to say on fire,
but then, bro, like you've got to put a big caveat, but it's Spurs, isn't it? Like, yo, we can't say they're on form because they beat Spurs. Nah, man, let's not do that. Let's not do that, man.
All right.
Arsenal
Cool.
for me will cook Leicester, man. I don't care.
All right. So then after that,
Everton at home, I reckon revenge. I reckon they fried them in that one as well. I reckon they'll be motivated for that. After what happened over there. I mean, if they have any pride in themselves.
You know what? Listen, the next game after that is Bournemouth. I'm sorry. They're frying Bournemouth. I don't give a damn. There's nothing.
So I think
you've pretty much answered the question then. So that means
I think for me,
they're fine.
I think this next game against Man City, that is it. That is it, yeah. And I also think as well, and I think it's going to move. Because I think if they get a draw, it's a good result for them.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, that next game against Aston Villa becomes it as well. Because if you get a draw, you still haven't won in the last 3 games. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
yeah, I get that.
So if let's say they did a draw against Man City and then go and lose to Aston Villa,
peak,
and Man City win their next game, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the mentality is done. I think they need a win. To boost back the morale. If they had won the previous 2 games and then drew against Man City, I'd say they're in a fantastic position.
Yeah.
But I think not having won the 2 games before adds more pressure on Arsenal to turn it around, because now it becomes the mentality thing. It becomes the psychological. The impact of this game now is heightened because of the previous 2 results.
You know what? I don't like being in this position where I have to say this. I think even if they lose to Man City, they should really be able to keep going strong. I mean, to be honest, I can only really see them. Don't get me wrong. I knew, for me personally, I kind of knew Everton was going to happen. Not necessarily lose, but I kind of knew Everton was going to happen because I looked at the manager they got, new manager bounce. I looked at what he was doing.
Arsenal's form over there is poor as well.
Yeah, I kind of just knew that was happening. But I honestly, as we were just going through those teams, I was trying to bait you to say, yes, they're going to lose this game. You strongly went through and went, nope. I think, honestly, as I said, I think you answered your question. I think they will be fine, even if they lose to Man City.
I'm gonna say that's something that's controversial, yeah. But for me, Arsenal, this league title, they're playing against themselves. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal, if they lose, it's all on them. Because I'm sorry, I still don't trust this Man City team. I know they won.
I don't trust them either.
I don't trust them. I feel Man City will drop points. Do you know what I mean? I think it's all on Arsenal. If Arsenal can get back to that solid form they was on, they're okay. I think it's all on Arsenal. I don't think this Man City team is going to go and do 10 games, wins and whatever. Do you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff.
They're gonna drop points. I have more hope of United challenging them.
All right, let's not be silly. Yeah? Let's not be silly.
No.
Let's not be silly. No.
Don't do that.
Let's not be silly.
2 points away from City.
Nah, man.
Big man.
This is the problem here. You lot, you need to, what's it called? You need to walk before you can run, crawl before you walk, yeah? Just getting excited, bruv, yeah? You know what I mean? Huh? Face your front, bruv. Face your front, yeah? And what's in front of you is top 4 challenge, bruv. That's what you should be going for.
Listen, I'm not even looking. Listen, I'm not even looking at 4th place no more. I'm just looking up. I'm not even looking at 4th place.
You need to mind your business here. you man are going to hell and back against Leeds, and you want to tell me that you should be talking about titles. Drop me out, yeah. It was 2-0 down to
United fans.
So what you telling me is
on the positive. Ignore this hater over here. We keep
man. What?
We keep positive. No, but
bro, right now, like, we'll get to you, man. Anyway, since you want to be silly. Anyway, let's move on to the team that's supposed to challenge Arsenal. Arsenal are still my favorites for the league, by the way. I'm just putting it out there.
I'll be honest. I still think. I mean, I'm hot. It's disgusting, but to be honest, I think I said it a couple of podcasts ago. I'm stuck in a really horrible place, right? It's either Man City win 3 on the bounce, something that I think only us, Man United and Chelsea have done, or I have to have a pre-season and a couple of, maybe a whole year, right? Or 2 years before Man United win the league, of listening to Arsenal fans telling me how great their team is when I'm looking at the team thinking it ain't that good, right? So I'm stuck. It's a rock and a hard place. You know what I mean? Like I'm stuck, right? I'd rather none of them win. To be honest, Newcastle don't win, but
it's just the price you pay, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those ones. But realistically speaking, if I just take my glasses of hate off in a minute, right? I honestly think it's still Arsenal's.
Yeah,
I can't go against them.
Let's move to Man City. I mean, 3-1 against Aston Villa. It's funny because the last stream we was talking about, I was saying, bro, you're not winning no titles with Akanji and them man there, yeah? With Akanji and Nathan Ake. He seems to have gone back to the old school lot, you know what I mean? Laporte, Diaz, and them man, do you know what I mean? All back in the team. 3 at the back formation.
Listen, I saw Bernardo Silva playing wing back and actually being in left back positions in that first half. And at that point, I just went, Pep has too many players that he can mess around with in this squad.
I'm sorry, I know. Aston Villa were poor, man. Let's be real.
Oh, they didn't put much of a fight. I think their fight came in the second half, near the end, when Ake and them man were coming on. when the level players of their level were on the pitch, that's when I started seeing them causing trouble. Other than that, I thought the scoreline today was going to be nasty. I thought the scoreline was going to be nasty. I mean, Mahrez should have scored on the last kick before he went off. I don't know how he skied that. I know the ball came off the ground a little bit, but why were you aiming it that high in the first place? I don't know, big man. Right? I think Erling Haaland came off early as well because, listen, I took a little nap in between because I was like, this game is dead.
They're obviously taking this this Arsenal game very seriously. But do you think there's an element of Man City now where, we were talking about Pep struggling to motivate these players, right? Falling out, people that want to leave, Cancelo gone. Yeah, there's obviously some mixed things going on in that dressing room that's not quite right, yeah. But do you think this, what's it called, financial fair play, charges, has that given Pep an easy motivator now?
Do you know what? You know what? I saw from the fans, and I feel like the players have gone this, excuse my French, this FU, we're going to win again just to prove our point that it's us. But that sort of mentality, and let's all gathering together. As long as it doesn't let them win the Champions League, I don't really care. But, there's a little bit of gathering momentum because of it. It's like, oh, okay, cool. You know what? Everyone's against us. Let's just go or win again, right? Them and their 35,000 fans. That's, worldwide. So they're all banding together now to try and do something.
I think that's what's happened, because people are saying it's a negative thing, but I think it's actually turned out to be a bit of a positive. I think it's giving Pep an easy motivator for these players to have something to fight for now. So now it's that old Mourinho thing, isn't it? Them against us, siege mentality. Look, the whole league hates us. Look, they all want us to be banned. They want to delete our trophies. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Now the players are motivated. Now everyone's kind of, they've got a common enemy now, common goal. I think it's actually giving them a little bit of an injection.
I also think he done the right thing by bringing Laporte and Diaz back into the fold. You're getting your security that you've had all these years. And also, so I think that's perked them up as well. Because even today, Kyle Walker looked injured. Yeah. He got breezed out in the first 30 seconds. He looked like he was injured, but he was playing through pain to prove a point. And with his friends back, as I'm talking Diaz, Laporte, Rodri, everyone's back and feeling energized. I think, okay, maybe whatever's happened in the locker room, to have his strong team back, that's a scary prospect because that's the team that can actually go on their 10. I don't think they will, but that's the
I don't
team.
think they can, because that's what I was about to get into. I think this is why I'm looking at this result a little bit with the magnifying glass here. I'm not convinced. And what doesn't convince me is exactly what I just said about these charges have galvanized the team. It's almost like a new manager bounce. Now you can rely on a new manager bounce. Do you know what I mean? Because how long can they do this? Everyone hates us. They want us out of the league.
There's a lot of games left to be played. That's why I like this season. And
this is what I'm saying.
I keep throwing my guys
I'm sorry.
in the hat because
this 3 at the back and Bernardo Silva, Grealish, whoever, or his wing backs, that don't convince me. That don't convince me. Yes, it's nice at home, but is he gonna? Is he going to play this formation against Arsenal? We don't know.
Oh, hell no.
You know what I mean? We might all see Ederson in midfield. You don't know what Pep is going to do.
He's not playing this. I can guarantee he's not playing this formation against Arsenal. There's no way he's playing this formation against Arsenal. He will still have majority of these players, right, on the pitch, but there's no way he's playing. There's no way he's playing Bernardo Silva left wing back. Are you crazy?
Left wing back against the Arsenal's strongest side.
I said, what?
Yeah, that's a cooking you don't want to see.
No. And then what? You play Bernardo Silva left wing back, and then the centre back that's on the other side is Laporte. Are you crazy? That's two slow players, bro. Saka's gonna have a field day against them. It's not gonna happen. He's not doing that.
That's what I'm saying. I need to see
Rico Lewis or whatever his name is, the one that they're overrating. He's definitely coming back in, or maybe even Nathan Ake. I mean, Nathan Ake.
I mean, he play left back kind of, but
yeah.
But I hear it. I think the Man City. I think a lot of questions will be answered in it on Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? A lot of questions will be answered on Wednesday. I think Arsenal, for me, play the best football in this league. They've played the best football in this league. We know what Arsenal are gonna do.
Yep.
Right. The only question I need answering on Wednesday is their mentality. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Man City, to me, there's a lot of questions I need answering, bro.
The thing is,
on Wednesday.
The truth is about leagues and winning the league and all the rest, right? It's a marathon. It's draining. It's hard, especially when you're at the top. It's hard maintaining that I have to win every game, even though I have some points above whoever's next to me and I have a game in hand. That doesn't mean nothing. You have to win every game. It's draining. And usually teams build up to that from previous seasons, right? Look, I make fun of Liverpool all the time, right? For the fact they've in the most glorious time with all the best players in the league ever, they only won one league. But to give them credit, they were chasing season after season after season. They were finishing second, 98 points, 90 this. That is draining, which is why I'm not surprised that they are where they are right now, right? And why they're struggling. Because to do all that work for the last 5 years and such, that level of output and then crashing down, I'm not surprised, right? Now, with Arsenal, they have not been in this position for yonks. 20-odd years. These players you're looking at, they haven't competed like this level. I mean, two of them can claim that they have.
See, I hear that, yeah, but what I'll go back to, and I don't disagree with what you're saying, but again, they're not going up against the same Man City that Liverpool are going up against.
100%.
You know what I mean? But Liverpool couldn't even afford to draw, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but even then, you're going against a squad. I mean, like I said, him bringing back Diaz and Laporte is a big plus. You're going against a squad that have the experience of finishing 98, 99 points, 100 points, this, that, 13 games. Like, even default for them should be at least 6 games winning run. That's their default. That's what Arsenal are going up against. And that's where it goes, okay, cool, Wednesday is going to happen. Arsenal's run afterwards is kind of nice, but pressure might burst their pipes in one of those games. So
I hear that.
Interesting.
Pressure might burst their pipe, but I think this Man City team is going to give them a lot of chances. You know,
and that's the scary thing. This Man City has given them too many chances already.
They lost to Everton, and Man City went and lost to Spurs. I mean, the very next day. You know, I can see a lot of silly stuff like that happening in this title race.
Yeah, it's a messy title race. It's a messy title race.
It's
not as smooth as all the other ones where you just go, okay, it's two teams going after it. It's messy. It's gonna come down to the wire, but not in the nice way that we've watched in the previous season. Someone's going to lose this week, win this week. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. Man. But you know what? I'm here for it because I had enough of watching like Man City streaming 10, 12 games at a run, then Liverpool doing exactly the same thing behind them, and then they're finishing a point apart in the last game. That's crap. That's telling me the league is too easy. So I'm glad it's this way. It's a little bit more like competitive, more fun.
No, it should be interesting. I mean, speaking of Shambles. You know what I mean?
Let me unlock my phone for this one.
I mean, Man City's previous opponents, you know what I mean? Last week, that's called Tottenham. You know, everyone was euphoric, innit? Emerson Royale had his best game for Spurs. You know what I mean? Kane got top scorer for Spurs and all that, you know what I mean? Above Jimmy Greaves and that.
Yep.
You know, absolute euphoric scenes. But again, Spurs are going to be Spurs. You go away to Leicester, who are one of the worst teams in the league this season. Yeah. And then, do you know what the odd thing is? After the way Emerson Royale, before even going to it, after the way Emerson Royale played that game, yeah, I mean, he's dead. Let's not get twisted. He's still scarred. But why would you drop him straight away? I don't get that.
Listen, I'm just jumping in front of you, to be honest, because I just want to give this man the L. I have no interest in any other excuses or trying to figure out what he's doing. I don't give a damn. I just need to do a couple of voice notes because we all need to know. Brother,
you need to put that closer.
Let's do that one more time. Let's do that one more as well. One more.
What would you say you do here?
And one more.
You disgust me.
Is there any more? Nah, let's leave it as that.
That's trying to go through the whole roster.
No. I thought there was more, but nah, no.
I mean, that performance was absolute
disastrous.
A disaster class, man.
Disastrous.
Absolute disaster class. Should have been 5 as well.
Yo, I don't in football, right? Especially no. I understand things like this happen in football, but as professionals, right? What did that guy did? I know there's a video that went out when people are always leagues are having a bad time, and the guy goes, "You play in the best leagues, the best pitches.
Oh yeah.
$500,000 a week. You see good it is." How do you go from beating Man City to then putting a performance like this? Don't get me wrong, Conte, you got the manager's L. You deserve all the accolades I just gave you down the voice notes, right? You're absolutely crazy.
Deserve all the accolades.
Emerson Morale did not make sense, right? I think there was another. Your team need goals and Richarlison is on the bench. Then again, saying that Richarlison hasn't scored much.
But he doesn't even play him, though. He doesn't even bring him on time. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Like, Son can put up absolute stinkers here, and that man just stays on the pitch.
This whole season has been a stinker for Son, but he's still on the pitch. Like nothing. In fact, the guy took off Kulusevski and left Son on this game. Son was horrible. Not as bad as the next man that I need to do a couple of sound effects for as well. Happily called or nicknamed by my friend Expressions, Eric Diarrhea. Yo. Player L. Just everything. Your whole presence is a player L.
I said your whole presence here.
Your whole presence is a player L.
You disgust me.
What was he doing for that third goal? You want to have a look? Hey, anyone remember the clip from earlier when you have a little dance in front of the defender before he shoots? Right? He's passing.
Is he having enough?
His career in football.
You are one pathetic loser.
Oh boy, this is a massacre, boy. What is going on?
Does he play centre back or centre mid?
What would you say? You do here.
Hey, you're writing him up.
I just give an extra one because Conte plays this guy almost every week. No, bro. Come on.
All I'm saying, yeah, he must be Beckenbauer in training, boy, because even Mourinho loved him as well.
All three managers, that's Conte, Jose, and Nuno Espirito, whatever his name is, right? All three of them like this guy. I'm looking for a sound effect.
I thought you was about to say, are you normal?
Are you mad? Are you normal?
Bro, it's an absolute mess over there, you know? An absolute mess. And then one of their best midfielders this season gets an ACL. I mean, my days, man. I mean, it just gets from bad to worse, man.
They have a game against is it AC Milan?
Yeah, they got AC Milan. AC Milan have been in poor form. And I was actually thinking, oh yeah, you know what, Spurs might be able to do this. But now, with this injury in midfield, I don't know, man. I think this game is
They're
not
gonna have to play Oliver Skip, bruv.
Because it's what's his name? Is it Basuma? He's injured as well.
Yep.
But to be fair, even when I've seen him play for Spurs, he ain't been that good anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. That's a buy. I think that buy was because he was going to be cheap due to his issues off the field. We won't go into that. But I think they took advantage of the fact he was cheap and thought, oh, that'll be good for him. I don't even think Conte likes him, to be honest. But that's what it is. But honestly, this team, and then you still got Fraser Forster in your.
Oh my God!
Wait, one second. Sorry. Just...
What would you say you do here?
Collect the ball, boy. Collect the ball from the net, bro. That's what he does.
I can't remember what shot it was. I think it was a natural shot, actually. After the dance from Eric Dyer. And then he passed it. And I just looked at it and thought, that was slow. Was it accuracy or over? Nah, man. Listen.
No, the reactions are mad.
It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. That is a hot mess. And I know they're not extending his contract. But I saw Expression say this on his watch along and his little clips afterwards. And I've been thinking this for a long time. If you're going to replace the guy at the end of the season, you might as well get rid of him now. You might as well.
Yeah, there's no point now. That guy's on holiday. He don't care.
I remember Levy sacking Jose before a cup final because he just didn't want Jose to have that week, right? You went to go and Port Mason something or whatever his name is in a cup final. First cup final that you man have got to in a long time. You took a man that's used to winning cup finals and put a nobody in there. That's the sort of like decisions you make, right? You're telling me that you think this guy is going to rescue your season? He doesn't even look interested. I mean, when was his first substitution? 65th minute. They're already 3-0 down.
3-1 down,
right? Yeah. And it was for Pepe Sar, wasn't it? It's Pepe Sar. It's a midfield. Get this guy out, man. Get this guy out, bro.
I'm sorry. This guy, if people, we can't, everyone is comfortable to say Jose is finished, right? Football fans. We all say Mourinho is finished. If Mourinho got linked to any of our clubs, you'd be like, what? Nah, bruv. Conte needs to be on that same bench with him.
Conte was on that bench with him before Jose was actually completely done. Because let's be honest, didn't Jose just go and win something with Roma as well? Like he's still got something in him. He's still got something in him. I think they're not in a terrible position in the league right now too. Like he's still got something in him, right? Fair enough. He's very difficult, and there's stories have come out. I think Ashley Young came out about Conte is. If you believe in him, he'll make you run. He'll make you throw up in training. But once you believe in it, you will get there. But he also said the problem is once you've had enough of him, nothing he says is going to affect you. And that's what it looks like right now. Some guys, I'm going to put this sound effect first, just because, so that you know who I'm talking about, innit?
You are one pathetic loser.
Only have a drive to be top scorer in the league. Not to win trophies. These guys can still operate. I'm talking about Harry Kane. In case you didn't know, I'm talking about Harry Kane, right? That pathetic loser will stay and still score because he just wants to be top scorer or something, right? Instead of going for trophies as a player of his caliber, or I thought of his football ability caliber should be going to trophies. His mentality says, I'll just stay here, be top scorer of all these things and win nothing, right? He's the only one that's working. Everyone else is switched off. Song is switched off. I mean, Lucas Moura.
I mean, he's dead now.
That's where it was when he was quite important to this team. Disappeared. Richarlison, I think, hasn't even scored a goal in the league for them, if I remember correctly. Some of the players that he's bought.
I don't see how you know what, yeah, the way he manages, I don't see how you can have squad harmony with the way he manages, because it's like he has these guys, and if you're not his guy, you are in the wilderness.
Let me give you something, right? He managed Juventus, right? You know that I followed them, right? There was a season where they had already won the title. There was 3 games left. They went into a meeting casually, calm, laughing, joking, and he lost his head at Buffon. We all know what Buffon's done for Juventus and what he's done for Italian football. This guy, this manic, lost his head at him after the season's already done because he came into the team meeting happy, laughing, joking, a little bit late after they've already won the league. That's the man that you think is going to galvanize people that are losing, that have had enough of it. If he can scream at someone that's just got him to win a title, imagine what he's doing to this squad right now in training.
I don't know if he's even screaming at these guys, because does he even care, bro? Like he looks to me like he's a man that doesn't even give a damn.
His body language on the sidelines looks like he doesn't give a damn.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's 3-1, and that's when you're making changes that don't even make no sense anyway. It's almost like he's just like, yeah, sack me, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. He just sounds like someone.
Imagine he's done this against the person that's looked like he's trying to be sacked the whole season, Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers looked like he's been trying to be sacked the whole season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you somehow showed even less enthusiasm than that guy.
I'm sorry, like him. I mean, I know some fans here. They're like, "Oh yeah, you know what? He's good because he will expose the board and this, that, and the other. If they don't want to spend money and this, that, and the other, yeah." But I'm sorry, I don't want him anywhere near my club, man.
Listen, for me, I'll be real with you, right? Like, and I mean this with all due respect. But who were Tottenham anyway to be borrowing money to go and make that big ass stadium?
Yeah, but we know Tottenham though, innit? Like, you know what I mean? They've got the little brother syndrome, innit? They see Arsenal doing things, and it's like, we must do it too. We must do it too. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I think every time you've had a team that looks like they can do something, you have made a decision that ruins them. Every single time. Like, you have players outside of the league going, this is Tottenham's heritage. This is their behavior. No matter what happens, we always have a chance. Like, and you're not helping it. You're not helping it out. Look at the management hiring you're doing. And then I'm hearing that Pochettino's the favorite. What? You remember what you did to him in the first place? He's the favorite. Okay, cool. But here's my thing. If he is the favorite, you want to hire him. I know he's not doing nothing now. Get rid of Conte, bring him in, start making him work. Doesn't matter what's going to happen. You're not. I mean, where are they? They're 5th position. Maybe they sneak into the top 4. Maybe that's why they still keep him there, because they're thinking, oh, Newcastle can't possibly get top 4.
I don't know, like Newcastle are starting to wobble a bit, man. They're not losing, but these draws are kind of killing them now. You know what I mean? They're collecting loads of draws.
But they haven't lost in 5 games.
Yeah.
Whilst Tottenham have lost 3 and won 2.
Yeah, Tottenham. I don't trust Tottenham, man.
Exactly, and it's still Brighton. Brighton are underneath. They haven't lost the last 5 games either. 3 wins, 2 draws.
Right. Brighton are 4 points behind Tottenham with 2 games in hand. That's a bit mad. Yeah, that's a bit mad.
And Newcastle are 2 points ahead of them with 1 game in hand. Like,
yeah,
if you pull the trigger now. I mean, you pull the trigger. Like I said, you pull the trigger when you're about to, when you could have won a league cup. You pull the trigger then. Pull the trigger now. Pull the trigger now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, by that logic, then they should definitely pull the trigger
now. Get rid of him. Bring the person in, give them time.
Because his contract runs out in the summer anyway, innit? So, you know, he's definitely staying because he looks like he's fed up with that place anyway. So
he's not staying because the checkbook is not open. Anyone that knows Conte's history knows what Conte is.
I don't even know what Conte is going to do now, though, because, you know,
he's going straight back to Italy, bro. But I don't know who he's going to.
Because no one's got money. No one's got money in Europe for him because he left Inter because they didn't have money, even though they just won the league. Yeah. Because Inter were like, yo, we need to sell players and this and this. It's like, nah, I'm not doing this broke boy behavior, boy. I'm cutting, yeah. So now it's like if you
just acting like a bad bee, bro.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, boy. You know what I mean? You know when a bad bee or when she goes out with the first millionaire, bro. You know what I mean? She can't go down. You can't go backwards, blood. Like,
Her standards are up now, bro.
You know what I mean? Huh?
She needs those high value men, like, do you know what I mean? That's what Conte needs, but there ain't no one like that.
But that's what I was about to say. Yeah, is really and truly, where is he gonna go? Where money is just gonna be thrown about? He has to stay in England. There's nowhere in Europe for him to go.
To who? Who's gonna watch him at Tottenham and then hire him?
And this is what I'm saying. Yeah. So unless if he hopes that PSG,
I know one team.
PSG.
Nah, I know one team. I know. Well, PSG won't take him. His football's ugly. I know one team. One team will be desperate enough to do it
with money.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Nah, bro. Like his PR is in the mud, man.
You've heard it here.
Shameless to go back to Chelsea.
Here, folks. I'm just saying, you've heard it here. Yeah, cool. When this contract's finished and these men have had enough of Potter, watch.
Nah, I can't see it, babe.
I don't want to say it. I don't even want to see it. I don't even wish bad on my enemies. Don't hire him. don't hire him.
Yeah, that ain't it. Boy. But anyway, let's move on. But let's move on to your boys, boy.
Oh,
nice little dub against. Oh my days. Is this how much Man United have fallen that you're now putting glasses on for a win?
I don't want to hear no bad vibes.
Wow.
No bad vibes. I don't want to hear no bad vibes. You get me? All I'm saying is the job was done. I don't actually need to. I just put it on because we won in it. I don't really need that. All I'm saying is I was annoyed during the week, right? I was very annoyed during the week with that draw. Some of the decision making, I almost wanted to question my boss man, Ten Hag. I almost wanted to question him. And then he spun something out the woodwork today as well. Like, I saw that lineup and I didn't even know who was playing where. I assumed. And I don't know. As I was watching the game, right? Leagues did well. Let me be again. Let's be real, right? Just like Brentford, Leagues played very well. They had some half chances. Some of the other chances they had, they didn't really have chances that made me scared. If that makes sense, right? Like
apart from that one early on.
Yeah, I mean, even that I wasn't really. I wasn't shook. So it's like there's certain shots that come, and I'm just looking at the hair, going, "You better save this because this is what you're good at," right? And then all the other things, I just think, right, half chance. And as I sat there, I was watching. I was just like, Rashford is going to score somehow. And I didn't even know that the young lad was going to come on the pitch and score as well. But I'm glad he did because that's, I just want to say, anyone that was cussing out an 18-year-old, right, that's just broke into the team and saying being a little bit too high. I understand. He's playing first-team football, so you can get first-team comments. And, you know, if it was any other player, he would hold smoke. But
I think that's mad harsh, man.
I think it was harsh.
I think I know who you're even talking about. I think that was absolutely nonsense. Yeah, I mean,
look,
when it's like a man like Elanga, yeah, Elanga is rubbish. Yeah, so I'm sorry, yeah, Elanga, I can see him even if he's 16, and I'm like, nah, this guy is scud. Yeah, Garnacho, there's something there, bro. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, he's not there, but you can see that there's something there, and you can't beef Garnacho for having one good game and another, you know what I mean, rubbish game. It's like, come on, bro. Like
it's like I said, people don't seem to understand about positioning and generation and how things are done. Rashford at 18 wasn't consistent. Cristiano Ronaldo, the guy that everyone was bleeding for last season, at 18 he wasn't consistent, right? So what are you expecting? Messi wasn't consistent at 18. Like allow it. He's going to have up and down.
I ain't gonna lie. I would even say Messi was consistent at 18. Yeah, Rooney was consistent.
And
you see those players. How many of them can you say though? How many players come out at that age? Like Cesc Fabregas when he first came out, he was 17 and bossing the midfield. He was consistent, yeah. But again, you're talking about generational, once in a lifetime players. It doesn't happen often. Not every young player is going to come through and just solidify themselves in a team as an 18-year-old, as a teenager.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Like, it's nonsense.
Like I said, when I sent you that message about the link, I literally went, "This is clickbait. This is someone needs the views and wants to do something mad." Right? We don't do any of that stuff over here. We're genuine. You get me? But like, I love the fact that he came on and scored. I was scared that he was about to do the Ronaldo celebration because I was about to say, no, big man.
You saw them jumping at you like, hey,
I was like, listen, I was going to back you, but you better hold it down and don't do that. You're not there yet. But it was a victory that I don't know. I was watching the game and I just felt, yeah, it's coming. I have to say, Ten Hag is crazy, you know.
How did you find it? I don't know if I just take things personal, yeah, but how did you find what's his name? The number 2, is it Luke Ayling for Leeds? He was moving a bit spicy in that game, man. Man, is he that good?
You know the worst thing is, yeah, it was when he was trying to do that to Malacia. Malacia was looking at him like, I dare you to do something so I can swing at you. Malacia was just there, give me the ball, big man. The only person you can do that to is Fred, because Fred is lightweight. You push him, he falls down. So, but Malacia was like, he looked like his hand was set, bro. I swear.
I saw him even on a corner. He was doing that to Fred, and then he was
mate.
Wergos was pushed into him like,
looking at him like, brother.
Yeah? Wergos looked at him like, yo, big man.
This ain't the one.
Like, yo,
don't come to my zone with this foolishness. That's what he said to him.
Like, anyway, that's just a tribute, but I just thought that guy. I thought he was a bit. You know, sometimes players they get too emotional.
Do you know what it was? Right. To be fair on him, I don't know if it was Wednesday. He played very well, and he put Garnacho on ice. Right, he had this period when Garnacho escaped, but then after that, he played very well. So I think he tried to carry it onto this game and thought, let me act a bit spicy because I did well. Yeah.
He even tried the overhead kick as well. Like I was
relax.
I was like, yo, he's feeling himself tonight, boy. He's feeling.
Yeah, relax.
Right, let me put this comment back up here. I mean, what's your feelings on this? I mean, this is probably more to me actually, because you probably agree with that.
Listen. Let me be real. Yeah. My only annoyance is I don't like being overlooked, right? Because if people are saying Man City in, and we're too like, let's be honest. If we're saying Man City in the title race and Man United are 2 points away from them, then automatically, if this was any other season, Man United would be in a conversation. But I think is that I can't deregister that. Like, I'm always thinking, no, right. You're disrespecting the team. Put us in there. But realistically speaking, every time I've opened my mouth as a joke to say we're in a title race, we've drawn the next game, and then it's put us in a position.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah. You guys have been on the precipice of being solid in the title race, and let's not even go to the Arsenal loss. Let's even ignore that. Drawing against Crystal Palace last minute.
Yep.
Casemiro getting that stupid yellow card as well in that game, right? Casemiro getting sent off, now unavailable for Leeds. Drawing at home to Leeds. And the way that game ended, that showed me that's a game you should have won, really, if you were on job from day one. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Right? 2 very unnecessary. If we now say 4 points on top now, that's 4 points dropped here. You're on 50 points, 1 point behind Arsenal, having played 2 more games. Then you're saying title race, yeah? But this is the problem with you, man. Like, you seem to have this random draw on the horizon. And you know what? Another thing, yeah, for me, which is a very good thing and a bad thing at the same time, which is why I don't put you in the title race, is Rashford. And I think you know what I'm going to say, is because the attack is looking very one-manny. And I just mean the attack.
Listen.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's starting to look now like if Rashford ain't on it, you're struggling for goals.
Not going to lie. I know you made a little cheap dig earlier with the striker option. I'm not going to lie. I was watching the game thinking this guy, he should not. In my head, after Wednesday, I actually thought you're going to drop Weghorst. You're going to put Rashford up front. You're going to put Sancho on the right and the young kid on the left. That's what I thought this lineup was going to be, right? Because when we made that change against Leeds, that's when we started scoring and attacking and looking like we probably should have even won that game on Wednesday, to be honest, right? We were on them, right, at that point. So I thought you're going to start with that because Leeds are going to do exactly the same thing they did last time. And exactly what they did. They started attacking fast, closing us down. Maguire, Jesus.
Do you know what's funny, Maguire? Yeah? I thought today on the ball he was actually decent. His passing was good. He had one pass that was a bit dodgy, but I thought his passing was decent though.
What?
No, I think his passing was decent. He was doing some nice little, do you know what I mean? Little passes in, do you know what I mean?
And it's funny because
I think his passing is all right.
The worst thing is, yeah, I was saying it in my head. I said, he's doing some good passing, and it's just like Man United season. It'll be like one good pass, then a dodgy one, then a good pass, and a dodgy one.
What it is with Maguire for me, yeah, his passing is a 6 out of 10, but in his head is 9. So sometimes he has to do things that he shouldn't be doing. But his passing compared, let's be real. We know Maguire, we know what Maguire is. Let's know. I'm not going to remix it and start saying Maguire is some great player. Let's not be. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But honestly speaking, if we were now being objective and just coming away from the bans that he cost 80 mil and he flopped or whatever, yeah, Maguire's passing for a centre back is decent for your average centre back. You know,
listen,
not compared to like Martinez or something, but compared to most centre backs, he's a decent passer. However, he does get gassed and starts to try little passes. I just think, big man,
and that's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. As you said, right, is the levels in his head and the reality. That's the problem, right? Because second half he started gassing himself up, right? And I'm not gonna lie, he was losing the ball way too much for me, right? Which is why I made the face the moment you said it. I was like, I was having flashback of that second half. I'm going, I take this guy off the pitch now before it cost us a goal, right? So, like, look, he, as you said, his presence sometimes doesn't fill the back line with confidence, and you can see the drop of confidence the moment
there's one point. I don't know if it's the first half or second half where Leeds, I think it must have come from a corner or something. They took a shot, and he didn't know where the ball was. He turned the wrong way to where the ball went. Yeah, then he started spinning. Oh, it's here. I was like, yo, you're a defender. Like, if anyone should have awareness in the box here, like, brother, like he's back.
Thing is that, I mean, there was even Leeds. I know the Leeds did a really good job. They were pressing the goalkeeper, which they should, because his passing was atrocious today.
De Gea, I think he's the one that spreads panic when you lot are trying to build up from the back.
Yeah, but you see, funny thing is, right? De Gea has his moments of panic, yes, but De Gea's panic comes even more when Maguire's in front of him. Those two can't play together. They can't play together, right? Look, De Gea's passing has always been questionable, but the moment De Gea sees that his only option is Maguire, then he goes, nah, screw this, right? When Maguire sees that De Gea is his only option, he goes, they just lose their minds, bro, right? And those two together, impossible. This is impossible. Nothing on those.
Nah. Where was Varane for this game? Is he injured or something? Or suspended?
No, but bruv, they resting him, man. You know Varane can't listen. We're getting the most amount from him right now, and I'm not. Listen, whatever decision is made to take him off, rotate him. It's just unfortunate that it's Maguire that comes on. And I'll be honest though, it was very brave putting Maguire against Leeds, because Leeds, all their front line, all of them are quick.
Yeah,
it's very brave putting him on against this. So,
what did you make of what are you making of Sabitzer so far?
You can tell he doesn't want to play in the deep line, right? I can't wait to see him when Casemiro's beside him.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, who was drunk enough to put Fred as the man of the match, please? I don't know what bad day. I don't know what game that guy was watching or what he was smoking, yeah, because Fred was not man of the match. Obviously, Premier League has done the right thing of giving it to Rashford. Don't really know if he deserves it, but whatever. He scored a goal, so let him have it, right? But yo, Fred is frustrating. He did so many good things, right? He can be so close to the effectiveness. And don't say me wrong, I'm not saying he's as good as Casemiro. I'm just saying he can do things that can make him as effective as Casemiro. But the moment he's done the good thing, the next step is calamity.
Yeah,
that's right.
You don't know what you're gonna get from
the ball and pass it simple, or maybe he does a difficult pass and he hits the guy. Fred will win the ball and then pass it, and then that pass will cause us into next trouble. Like, geez. Look, like I said, Leagues played well. United done the business. I thought, as I was watching the game, I thought they were going to
it was for you guys, it was a good away performance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Can I just say, Ten Hag, you're a madman still, because when I saw, don't get me wrong, I'd rather see him in. It's crazy what I'm about to say, right? I would rather see Weghorst in that position than up front because he obviously gives us nothing. And I think mentally as well for our players, I still don't understand why when he's on the pitch we rarely cross the ball. I don't get it. I don't get it because the moment Rashford is up front, we're crossing the ball. Now, don't get me wrong, he's scoring his headers, but you would think the 6'4" man is the guy you cross the ball to. If I was on that field, the moment I can get a whiff of space to cross the ball, I'm pinging it in there. 6'6", give the ball to him. But I don't know, it's a bit broken. But seeing him as number 10, Rashford up front, Sancho where he should be, rightfully where he should be as a right winger, and then obviously the young lad came on left wing. I thought brave, but I thought we needed it, and I thought it got us over the line. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. As the chairman of Marshall FC, I have to say that it seems that at the end of the season, we are have to go into part ways. We are going to have to part ways because I cannot, as a fan, forget I'm a fan of the player and his ability, fine. But even as a fan of the player, if you're not fit or you can't keep fit, right? But yet I'm hearing stories about your extracurricular activities that's not with your wife. So you got the energy for that, but you can't play football, big man. I can't defend you. And to help Ten Hag, he needs more options. I know Weghorst is alone. I hope to God he doesn't sign him.
Nah, he ain't signing him. Like, jeez.
Right? And funny enough, I do think Ivan Toney would be absolutely great for the way he wants to play football in our striking partner. So I'm already throwing it out there. Ivan Toney, 2023 United player. I'm really throwing it out there because I think it would
what about a little cheeky bid for what's his name? The loser.
Who? Kane.
Yes.
I would take Kane. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, no English bias over here. None at all. Yeah. Ability-wise, I will take Kane in a heartbeat. I will take him in a heartbeat. Right?
I reckon if he put a serious bid, he would cause enough trouble to want to leave. Well, that's what you would think anyway, logically. But
here's the thing: is he going to sign a new contract with Tottenham? Yes. Is then Daniel Levy going to then put 100 and something stupid million?
If he signs a new contract with Tottenham, he's taking liberties, man. That he should just kiss goodbye to any move after that.
Sorry, one second.
You are one pathetic loser,
bro. 100% is most likely going to sign that contract, right?
So
that's why I said the window to get him is very small. If he does want to come and we can get him for a reasonable price, don't get me wrong. I don't think any player that's cost more than 70 million has worked out for United since Alex Ferguson's left. So
most clubs, barring like VVD or something.
Yeah. So I'm skeptical of paying that much. But he's one of those players that you think, yeah. Oh, yeah. Him and Rashford together? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Can he stay fit? Most of the time he's fit. Right? Does he want to play most games? Most of the time he wants to play. Does he want to be top scorer or something? Here you go. Here's a new challenge. Be top scorer of Man United, bro. He will be here to 36 trying to be
anyway. But yeah, I hear that. I think for you guys, I think that's a good option still. I think it's worth a try. You know what I mean? I think it's worth a try.
100% is worth a try. And with the players that we have around him, he can. If he's doing what he's doing at Tottenham with Rashford and Sancho and Garnacho and I was going to say Martial, but he's probably not going to be there. Who else? He's got
a better midfield. You would have a better midfield around him as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have Casemiro behind him. Bruno's always going to try and set him up. Then he's going to do his thing as well. Nah, that come on, man. Yeah, man that's worth it. That would be worth
playing
it.
With Højbjerg and that. Nah, come on.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think United are in the title run. It's nice that we're even close. As I said, every time I've opened my mouth and said it, and we've got really excited, we've ended up drawing. Let's put us back again. So we'll see how it goes. But there is a little part of me deep down inside here, right, that thinks if we can switch on, we could provide more of a challenge to Arsenal than Man City, because Man City are just, well, at least that's what I said before this weekend anyway. But I still think there's a lot that we can do. We'll see, innit? We'll see. To be honest, for me, this is Ten Hag's first season. We look like we're comfortably top 4. We're in a final. We probably might get to another final FA Cup, and then we don't know what's going to happen against Barcelona because they're kind of cooking right now. So that can go left. That can go left. That's actually a really good start. That's a start that we can build on. That's a foundation. So look, it'd be a dream if I could say we're title challenging. It'd be a dream, but I don't think so. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a nightmare that Arsenal are title challenging, but they're still there.
There you go. Well, speaking of title challenging, we're a team that was challenging for everything, quadruple.
Quadruple.
Yeah. I mean, it's a quick preview for Monday night. Monday Night Football. And how do you see this going? Liverpool against Everton. Where is this actually? Is it Anfield or is it thingy?
Nah, it's at Anfield. Okay, take it back. Draw.
Because that makes a big difference.
Draw. That
makes a big difference.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. I really wanted, you know me. I'd love for Everton to win, innit? Because hey, what? Everton win, and where would that leave Liverpool?
Liverpool. They'll
still be 10th. They'll still be 10th. But
Liverpool,
it's nice.
Liverpool are in horrific form, and obviously the new manager.
You know what? I just looked at it. You're not joking, bro. 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 draw. Oh, come on, Everton, man. Just give them one more L.
They're in horrific form, but I think this is a game that's easy to get up for. They'll turn this into an Anfield emotional game. You remember the Man City game?
That's true.
Remember they beat Man City 2-1?
Yeah, that's true.
And they thought the season had started, and they went and lost to Nottingham Forest the next game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I think the emotions can.
It's a derby, innit? It's a derby. But I'm hoping. The reason why I now turn it to a draw is Everton are on the rise as well. They're on their little rise.
Yeah, Everton have got a little something. Everton they got a little spice. You know what I mean? A man like Sean Dyche and that.
You know what? All they have to do is outrun that midfield, and they'll probably win anyway.
And isn't I think I just saw somewhere that Thiago is out for 6 weeks.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We were saying last week that he weren't that great.
He ain't really doing anything, to be honest. But it's still a miss, isn't it? It's still a miss because now what are we looking at? That midfield is looking like Bacetchik, whatever that kid is. Henderson might have to start now because Henderson, I think, has been on the bench. I think the midfield options are looking a bit mad. But
so we what? Milner, Keita, Henderson, Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I mean, for Fabinho come. No, there's no way they play Fabinho. Fabinho is he's taking liberties. That Fabinho fall off is insane.
You know what? Take it back. Fabinho's playing. Think about it though. Out of all the players, I know his form is dipping, but out of all the players there against a highly strong, highly compatible
the IC3 midfield of Everton, they need Henderson, bro. Like over Fabinho. Fabinho is finished, man. Like physically, he's finito, bro. I know Henderson is kind of finished as well, but I think Henderson has got a bit more physicality than what Fabinho is offering right now, man.
Did Fabinho play the last game?
I think he might have came on.
Oh, bro, come on, man. He's rested enough, man. Get back on, man. Get back on. Give us a disaster class, man.
But no, I think it might be one of them the emotional things. But yeah, if they lose, nah, you can't lose this derby, man. Come on, you have to show some pride. At least, you know what I mean.
The man said you have to show some pride. They're 10th place. They're 10th place. What pride?
Nah, but at home, do you know what I mean? To Everton, they're like the little brother. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get buoyed by a little brother, bro. Like, you know what I mean? In front of the man, them and that. Like, you kind of laugh. Like, that is, yeah.
Nah, when you put it like that, I get it. I get it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. They need to have a little bit of pride, man. And then obviously Wednesday, boy, the big one. What are you saying?
Do you know what?
Is it at Emirates or
It's at Emirates, bro. It's at Emirates.
Emirates? Do you know what? I'm going out 2-1 Arsenal.
No. We're gonna make this spicy. We're gonna make this exciting, bro. I'm going 2-1 City, right? Just to light up some. Hold on, where's my thing? Hold on 1 second. Because I already see some of the Arsenal fans here already getting a little bit twitchy. So light up some fear underneath Arsenal's dream of just stream. Bruv, they're steamrolling the league.
Oh my!
They finished 6th last season. 6th or 5th? Or 5th? No. Let's put some fire up there, man.
This guy's just
Man
doing
City to
agendas,
win.
you know?
Let's make it interesting. Man City to win, man.
All right. Well, I'll go Arsenal, but here's where it is anyway. You got anything else to add? I mean,
Nah, man.
Really anything of interest? I mean, if I touch on my local boys, Crystal Palace, they should have got battered. Lucky to come away with the draw in that one.
You know
totally
what?
outplayed.
I saw that.
Totally outplayed. I mean, when your manager comes out and says, "Oh yeah, Brighton are very good," you know what I mean, but we're happy with the draw, it means that we had no business coming out with a draw out of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, here's what it is.
I mean, hold on. Do we have to talk about someone managers getting sacked with no win?
I think he's got one win. No, he's got one win. But give me some sound effects anyway. What's his name again? Something Jones? Because he was kind of talking spicy as well. I saw one interview of him. He was talking like, "Yeah, I'm one of the best the coaches in Europe or something." I was like, "Big man.
What would you say you do here?"
Bare chat, but no action. Bro, do you know what I knew he got sacked? When I was watching Match of the Day,
Yeah.
And obviously they lost to a Wolves side that was down to 10 men, which is mad at home.
Yeah.
But also, they were down 2-1 towards the end of the game. You know, arguably the best free kick taker in the league. What does he do with the free kick? Plays it short. A free kick just outside the box as well, you know. And I think he's done it twice in the game. And it was obviously something they worked on in the training ground. You see a man trying to be too smart? Oh, no. You know what, yeah? This is, you know, you start doing that, like what Pep does in the Champions League. Well, everyone thinks you're going to go on, you know what I mean? You're going to take a shot.
Do something different.
So what we're going to do is, go to the side.
Man's doing the Ronaldinho. Make them look one way, then look the other. No, my friend. Just put the ball in the net.
The fans, the Southampton fans have turned on them. Like, they were booing the play. Yeah, he sounded mad toxic, but
yeah, and then quickly talk about other ones. West Ham, Chelsea, 1-1.
Chelsea got robbed. Let's be real. Chelsea got robbed, man. I mean, how that's not a handball and a penalty? That's
brother,
insane.
the brother died.
Insane.
But VAR was disgusting this week. I mean, VAR it's becoming.
It's a joke now, man. It's a joke.
It's always. It was.
But it's like it's getting worse, though. That's the thing. It's like it's getting worse. Doesn't make sense, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and then you know what they will do? The league will try or the FA will try and change the rules a little bit to help VAR, and then they'll mess it up again. Like it's becoming almost a waste of time. I think personally, it should be there. It's got to the point now where I just want it there for offsides. But even that offsides,
even they messed that up in the Arsenal game, isn't it? Yeah, he selected the wrong player. I mean, how can you do that?
Listen,
like, come on, man.
Like it gets, and then I think wasn't it the Arsenal game that Ben White put someone in the headlock as well? Was it the game beforehand and he didn't get sent off? Because I've seen that all over Twitter. I can't remember. I didn't really care, to be honest.
The VAR is a joke. It's a joke. The
problem is
VAR. To me, VAR is not the problem. It's the people there. It's the same refs that make mistakes in the games that are in there behind VAR, and they keep doing the same thing.
Yep. And you know what it's always refs that have never really played the game.
You know the funniest thing is, you know when BT Sport do that whole, oh yeah, let's see what Peter Horton thinks of this year, former ref or whatever, yeah. You know, normally he backs the refs and that. Yeah. This weekend, he was not backing it, bro. He was that bad. I was like, rah, this is how I know it's bad, you know, when he's like, nah, that should be the penalty. Or nah, that shouldn't, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, this is bad.
Yeah, when he does that, it's worrying times.
Because the only way, because I know there's a rule where if a player is falling or it's fallen and you got your hand that's supporting your body, if the ball hits a hand that's supporting the body, it's not handball. But that wasn't the case, bro. That was like a save.
This man dived down and saved it. Let's not even go beat around the bush. He dived down and saved it. Let's just say
but again, for Chelsea, another draw. They can't seem to buy a win at this moment in time. They played well in the first half and then he kind of died. Second half, Cucurella for me ain't doing it.
Listen, for me,
he ain't doing it at all. Yeah. João Felix comes in and he's like their best player already. Like, that's how poor their attack is.
I didn't know what I still don't understand United fans that didn't want him on a loan. I didn't understand it. But don't get me wrong, they were trying to buoy it with the money. That's fine. I understand standing on your principle, but there was United fans that did not. Like, I don't understand people that don't watch European football, right? When it comes to European players, sometimes you gotta keep quiet, innit? Like there's some media outlets that still to this day don't rate Neymar.
But the thing is, okay, we say that they don't rate Neymar and all that kind of stuff here. If Neymar came and played, instead of going to PSG in 2017, went to Man City and they'd won multiple Premier Leagues, one of the best players, they'll be the same people saying, oh, look, the Premier League. Like, where do you think these players come from? It's not that the Premier League is full of, you know what I mean, Premier League bred players.
Let's call it as it is. How many of these players that they rate in the Premier League are developed in the Premier League? You know exactly what I'm saying by this, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's like they all come from somewhere, bro. You can't just disrespect, you know what I mean, where you got your best players from.
Yeah. Oh, can we talk about the, is it 80 million or 90 million signing? Looking a bit like 007 right now. Modric. Yeah,
he's looking kind of mad. Like, I watch him and I think he's got loads of pace, good dribbling,
loads of talent.
Talent is there, but it just seems not to be connecting. But I think he's also got the Martinelli problem of his left back ain't really helping, and that side seems kind of dead. Do you know what I mean? But Chelsea's attack is always kind of stale as well. But at the same time, I'm starting to see what I don't like, and I mentioned this earlier. I'm starting to hear unlock Modric talks now. Do you know what I mean? I don't like this unlock chat. When you start to do this unlock business, that's the beginning of the end, isn't it?
Nah, I hate you. I hate you because every time you say that, I know what your reference is. I know why. I hate you too.
Huh? Let's unlock this guy. Yeah, now they say Ben Chilwell's gonna come in, you know what I mean? And then Ben Chilwell, can unlock him and this, that, and the other. And I'm like,
question.
Oh, come on.
Enzo Fernandez. What we say?
He's been good. Let's not lie. He's been good.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted him to flop because it's
like, you know what I mean?
But that's that.
He might not be worth the money they paid for him, which is a bit mad. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. That's attacker money. That's the man that bags you goals money.
That's changed the whole way this team plays and everything.
Yeah. But for his job, he's really good. But I think they still need a DM though. Playing him as the DM.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You can't play him as the DM. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a waste of his talent because he's the best passer in that team. Right. Like, because especially that first, not so much this West Ham game, but the game before against Fulham, I was seeing him spray these beautiful passes into bums like Gallagher and Mason Mount. Yeah. And then Mason Mount and Gallagher. Let's be real though. Mason Mount and Gallagher will have the ball in a more dangerous position and do some nonsense pass. I'm like, see, this is backwards. You know what I mean? Like, he should be getting the ball in these good positions
and then doing something with it.
You know what I mean? Why is he having to do a difficult pass into these clowns here that can't do nothing with the ball when they get it? Like, it's a joke.
I completely understand that. But yeah, he looks like he's fitting in. I'll have to say well done to West Ham for even getting a point, although, like you said, they were robbed. There was slightly a robbery happening there. But they need the points that they're getting right now, getting out of trouble. I don't even know where are they in the table.
West Ham, 16.
Yeah, they're out of, you know what I mean? They've got a decent run in the last 5 games, I would say. 3 draws, 1 win, 1 loss. Mm-hmm. I mean, anything to get them away from that relegation zone.
This is it, man.
Will do. Who else? What other game was of interest? As you said, quick word on Newcastle. Too many draws, man. Too many draws. They're not kicking as much as and I think it's because of their current run that this Conte guy is still in the job at Tottenham. I think because they have this hope that they're gonna fail and Conte will lift them up. I think that's what it is. But they're like three draws in a row, a win and a draw. To draw specialists, bro.
They're draw specialists, man. That's what I'm saying.
Draw specialists. I'm looking at this. It's draw at Leeds, draw at Arsenal, win at Fulham, draw. Yo.
That's 2 points dropped every time. Do you know what I mean? I know it's a point game.
Yeah. They need to find a win. They need to buy a win. I think that's it, really. I mean, Fulham bit Nottingham Forest. I don't really care about that. Okay.
Nah.
No. There's nothing interesting on that one to me. So yeah, man, it's going on to Wednesday.
Indeed.
You know what? I'll talk to you on offline. Maybe we should do a little watch along or hate along.
I must say hate along. That's KG's thing. But yeah, we can see. We can run that.
Let's see what we can do, because I don't mind that. Maybe we even see if we can invite some of these Arsenal fans out of the woodwork and give them a little time to shine. You know what I mean?
Interesting times. Anyway, man, we'll catch you guys later. Man. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. You know what I mean? A little comment and that. It helps the algorithms and all that. You know what I mean? And we'll catch you again later. Peace.
Adios.